Hello, friends. How's it going? It's been forever. I don't remember exactly what I went over with my past in my older videos, like my past going into paganism and witchcraft. So I'll basically start from the beginning. One day, I was thinking about how at the time, I'm like, now I'm an adult and I can pretty much do whatever I want to. And one of those things was I really like learning things, like a lot. Like a lot. Like I learned all kinds of things, and apparently that's hyperfixation, which I did talk about. I know that. But I would think about a thing and I'm like, oh, that sounds like the most interesting thing ever right now. We would go to the library. Sometimes my mom, I think we would just go to the library. I was very poor growing up. So I'm pretty sure, I'll make sure you guys can hear me. You probably can. I worry. Anyway, but we went to the library, and got books so that I could pour through every single one. I did that with like animals and insects and things like that, as well as like I wanted to be a mechanic, I wanted to be an astronomer, I wanted to be the president, I wanted to be all kinds of things. And recently people have been on the president thing, people have been saying that I should run for president, I should become president on the basis that I am the human. I am ambiguous as fuck. So I'm just the human. It makes sense. It's really funny. But it's kind of ridiculous, but it is really funny. Just I am the human. Anyway, I've always liked learning. When I was very little, I think I still probably have it. It's this little occult. I lived in a very Christian community in the Redwoods in California, Santa Cruz area mountains. It's called Mount Hermon. Some people watching eventually probably will know of Mount Hermon, and lots of people, like I met so many people from that. And if you know who Joy Williams is, she babysat me when I was a child, like a couple times, I guess, but she still babysat me. I thought that was cool. If you know who she is, she used to be in like Christian music, and then I think they kicked her out. She wasn't young anymore, I guess. She looks incredible, so I don't know what the fuck the Christians were thinking, but the Christian label it has been recorded. From my understanding, the Christian music label sucks as a company, but I don't know. I've never been with any labels, so I don't know. That's all I've heard from anyone. That's one reason one of my, like, I guess past favorite bands, I haven't listened to them as much lately, because they were part of my Christianity, but Emery is this band that I've loved for a very long time. A very long time. They are hilarious. They are absolutely hilarious, and I love them. And they're very sweet. At one of their concerts, it was like they went around to, it was two of the guys went around to different people's houses and just like played music in their garage and stuff like that. Seats were set up and all kinds of things. I'm the one that started the questions. Because everyone else, they were like, okay, questions, and no one said anything. So, I finally asked a question. I believe my first question was, what is your favorite color? All of you. And they answered, and I don't remember the answers. It was like blue and orange, which is hilarious. As a former Coloradan for a while. Um, and then afterwards, they thanked me for starting off the questions because everyone else was having a hard time like getting the nerve to talk. So I was like, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't scream my head off like I do at most of your concerts, so I asked questions instead. I funneled my energy into that, and they're like, well, thank you. It made it better or whatever. And I thought that was really cool. And then after that, I taught them how to hand hug. If you don't know what a hand hug is, you do this. You put, it's not great to do with your own hands because it's not the same. But you basically, you put your hands together and you do that. And I think it's really cute. Yeah, you basically just like curl your thumb around. Some people do the pinky as well to be like two arms, hugging. But I usually just do the thumb because it feels less creepy hand holdy than using both the pinky and the thumb. But maybe I'm just overthinking it because that is something that I do. Anyway, so that was awesome. I've had multiple great experiences with Emery. A few concerts after, I went up to them and said, "Hey, I'm sure you don't remember. I don't know hard feelings. If you don't remember, but I taught you how to hand hug. Do you remember how to?" And he's like, "I don't remember." I think it was Matt, which is one of the guitarists or the bassist. Oh my god, I totally forget which one he does. Anyway, I'm sorry if they watch this and they see that I messed this up. I'm sorry. Anyway, went up to him. He said, I remember learning how to hand hug. I just don't remember who it was or like anything outside of the fact that it happened. And I'm like, that is totally fine. You see thousands of people all the time. Like it's not it's okay. It's very much okay. So, and then he hand hugged me. It was so cute. He was like, "Wait." And then we hand hugged. And I'm like, this is the best. So, I've only had the best experiences with them. I love them. So, anyway, it's great. They're great. Wow, that was a long tangent. Let me go back. So, I got this little pamphlet thing that had a bunch of different religions in it, including Wicca and Satanism, which are not the same things. They're like, you can be a Satanist within Wicca, but that does not mean that you are a Satanist if you are Wiccan. Paganism is just, or Wiccan is just like, it's kind of eclectic within itself, which is just kind of like you get a little piece of this, a little piece of that, little piece of that, little bit from back there. You got eclectic. But it's very complicated, and I'll go more into things about that later. But I read on this little pamphlet that I got when I was like, I want to say 10, maybe 12, somewhere around that area. And I read it and I was like, it scared me, but also I just wanted to learn more. So when I got older and had my own place and everything, I'm like, I can absolutely just learn about Wicca if I want to. And so I did. I was just sitting on my couch hanging out, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to learn about Wicca and like paganism. So I did. I got like 3 books around the same time when I had money to do so. I started learning. I got, let's see, I got Thea Sabin. I don't have the book anymore, the physical copy, but it's Thea, Thea Sabin, Sabin, Wicca for beginners. And it talks about like grounding and like meditating and shielding, which are all kind of like aspects of meditating if you're doing it right. Because shielding from outside forces is definitely a good idea whenever you are meditating, so that nothing else can like get in while you're trying to ground, which is releasing energy, which I know that I've talked about that. But the anxiety was real. The anxiety was seriously real. Not wanting to go into my Christian roots because they were just so like hardwired into me that like that you're not allowed to, learn about other religions. You can only focus on studying Christianity ever. So I did it. The anxiety was up here, way up here. So yeah, it was really difficult. But once I got past that, it was a beautiful experience. Anyway, thank you for listening. Have a good day.